Hi folks, today I thought we'd take a little short trip down here in this area. It is called Corbett's Glen. There's some amazing structures to look at. The creek down here is called Allen's Creek. The road and the creek go under the railroad, which is 70 feet above us. A little history on this area. It's in the town of Brighton, located just off of Linden Avenue, Route 441. In 1823, Marshfield Parsons owned this property. He built a gunpowder mill near Linden Avenue, which was probably somewhere in this area. And in 1830s, he moved the plant to a more secluded site near a falls. They produced blasting powder, mostly for construction of railroads, canals, and quarrying. In the mid-1800s, many times there were explosions destroying the buildings, with many loss of life. In 1892, Patrick Corbett purchased 20 acres in the Glen. And we are approaching the end of the road, and this is private driveway. And there is the magnificent tunnel. This tunnel was built in 1879. Up above us is the CSX Railroad. Before that, I believe it was the New York Central Railroad. This is Allen's Creek. We got some nice stone walls built along there, controlling erosion. And at this point, the driveway and Allen's Creek pass through this tunnel. Just wondering if I could see any date stamp in the rocks, but I don't. I do know this structure was built in 1879. It's open to the public to walk through. This area is called Corbett's Glen Park. We have a falls up ahead, so might be getting a little noisy. Magnificent structure. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about the house that you see in front of you. That is the Corbett's house, built by Patrick Corbett. It's said that timbers were used from the 1853 wooden trestle, which spanned this area before they built this tunnel. The trestle was 650 feet long, 70 feet high. It was removed to make way for the present-day stone arch. The Corbett House, 1897. You can see the railroad just up above. There's a map of the area. Place to sit down up here. There's an old bridge which they've closed off now. Let's take a walk down the Corbett's Glen Trail. Now, all this land up above was filled. This was covered by the 650-foot trestle at one time. The land that you see above was all filled in to make way to build the tunnel under the railroad. We can get down close to the Allen's Creek again here. Nice falls. This may be the area that the gunpowder factories were located. There's not much history on their exact locations, but they did need a waterfalls to operate the machinery. Let's continue on the trail. I've come upon an area here, not quite sure what it was. It's a concrete slab, some kind of a structure at one end. There's some steel in the ground here. Some sort of building must have been here at one time. Almost looks like some steps right here. Concrete steps. Yeah, I don't know what this could have been. Actually, those steps come all the way across here. They kind of got a rounded portion right there. There may have been another structure right in here. Mr. Corbett was an avid farmer. He became known as the Celery King. These structures could have been part of his farm storage buildings. I came off the main trail, brought me to this high lookout point, looking down at the Allens Creek. I'm not sure this could be entering private property. I did see a sign way back there, so I'm going to head back to the main trail. Right down below that concrete slab, I see another foundation, concrete and stone. Not very big, but just down below the area where the concrete slab was. Right down through here was that foundation. Right over here is the concrete slab. And this is the park trail, and it does take us back up by the Corbett house and the tunnel. So we're going to continue on this trail, see if there's anything interesting along the way. And we've come back around near the Corbett house, approaching the tunnel, and it's starting to rain, so we'll have to wrap this up. One last thing I wanted to mention. In 1918, rail cars tumbled down the embankment into Allens Creek, right at the tunnel. I'm not sure if it was on this side most likely it was over on the other side. We're going to go back through the tunnel and wrap this up. Oh, by the way, there's an old sign here. Kind of neat. To the Glen, 25 cents per car, pay at the house. This is a copy of the 1940-1950 original. At that time, this private property was used as a private picnic grounds. Check out the collection of photos hanging at the kiosk. So this is a copy of an original sign that was here. This is definitely the location for the 1918 train derailment. Here's a photo of the train derailment from 1918. And again, the same location in the present day today.